Perhaps one of the biggest hurdles standing in the way of us overcoming this pandemic is the misinformation that is still out there when it comes to vaccines. It is still surging, but so are cases, new infections in our community. So in today's KSAT Q&A, we are joined by Texas Biomedical Research Institute President and CEO Dr. Larry Schlesinger. We should mention Texas Biomed was part of the research in developing these vaccines. Doctor, start with one of the concerns we continue to hear over and over again, the issue of perhaps this vaccine being created too quickly to give some people comfort. Explain how it was able to be developed in the timeline that it was.
Great to be with you. And I want to state this vaccine was not rushed out the door. This vaccine represents the extraordinary efforts of scientists working together with healthcare professionals around the world to respond to a crisis and urgency with SARS-CoV-2. This vaccine underwent extraordinary research prior to clinical trials in animal model systems, including the work Texas Biomed did with the Pfizer vaccine. Those animal studies continued. And then the clinical trials began, the phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials that included tens of thousands of people, including people of different ages and different vulnerabilities. And this vaccine proved to be safe and effective. And only then did the vaccine get released under emergency use authorization, was simply the process that a vaccine goes through to get it to people as soon as possible because we're facing a pandemic. And now the vaccine's been given out to probably about 1 billion people worldwide, approaching 200 million people in the US. And the vaccine is still very safe and effective, serious reportable adverse events well below 1%. So this was not rushed out the door. This vaccine the vaccines that are available underwent extensive testing and have been found to be safe and effective.
You know, Texas Biomed has published 40 scientific papers, at least 40 scientific papers since COVID came out. I mean, you guys were interested. You mentioned the work that you did with Pfizer. I'm going to guess that nobody knows more about these vaccines than you and the people at Texas Biomed. So when you hear people say they're worried, you know, that this may do that about the mRNA, about the messenger RNA. They're worried that, you know, there's some sort of it'll do more harm than good if they get it. Your answer to those people?
The mRNA technology has been around for about 30 years and was already being tested for other viral infections coming nicely along the pipeline. We were very fortunate to have this technology readily available and the sequence of this virus, the DNA code, readily available for us to rapidly produce it into a vaccine technology. This is not brand new technology. It's just extraordinary scientific advance that allowed this vaccine to make it through the pipelines and get to those clinical trials.
And this was a worldwide effort. That is something that stuck with me in some of our previous conversations that you and I have had about just the massive scale on which this was developed and studied. And so often, you know, we heard prior to there being a vaccine that it could take years for a vaccine to be developed. But in this case, the momentum has not died down. This has been a worldwide effort. Tons of money poured into this. And is that usually what takes so long for some vaccines to be developed? There just isn't enough money or momentum and emphasis on research?
Well, that's part of it. And scientists work in teams. And in this case, it was international teams of scientists working on one common mission to produce the vaccine. That's part of it. Part of it is what I've already stated, that we had the technology. We knew right away this was a coronavirus, so we knew what the DNA code was. So we were able to move the vaccine along expeditiously to clinical trials. We may not be so fortunate next time. The other point I want to make is we're still in this pandemic. As you know, caseloads are going up and we have the Delta strain. Science continues. What the public doesn't understand that we continue to investigate. Texas Biomed, as you mentioned, has over 40 studies ongoing to look at some of these variants. And in the animal models, we have controlled setting to really figure out how to best develop a new therapy or a vaccine to combat these new variants. So the science continues so that we can stay as best as possible ahead of the curve.
Do you think booster shots will be needed in this whole process?
It really is looking like eventually we're going to have a booster. We know from the typical coronaviruses that there is a waning immunity somewhere between 6 months and 2 years. The data, we have cohorts in this United States, groups of people being studied and worldwide, and the data are being collected. Again, we don't want to make recommendations to the broad public until the science tells us we're there, and that's what we're being cautious about. You're hearing about other countries, Israel, et cetera, that are advocating for booster vaccines. The World Health Organization is pushing back a bit today that we need to get first vaccines out. We still have nearly 8 billion people in this planet, and we're only about at 1 billion. So we are not out of this pandemic to get first vaccines. But eventually, we may find in the most vulnerable, whether it be the elderly or those with other immune compromising conditions, that we need to give the booster to.
Doctor, as we wrap things up here, what would be your main message to anyone watching this about these vaccines?
You know, this virus is killing people, continuing to kill people. And, you know, it's an opportunist. You know, it seems to understand very well the people who are unvaccinated are susceptible. It doesn't know political persuasion, religious persuasion, gender, etc. To save your own life and those of your loved ones, it is time to get vaccinated. It isn't too early. The vaccine has been out. It's safe and effective. I know when I took the vaccine, I felt better because I was helping not only myself, but the people around me. And I really think the vaccine is the way that we can solve this problem. And we just need to keep vaccinating, keep going. And I think we can get out of this pandemic.
Dr. Larry Schlesinger with the Texas Biomedical Research Institute right here in San Antonio. As always, we appreciate your time and your expertise.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.